Sustainable You, a true wellness center. And I want to apologize for us being a few minutes late. We've had a few technical difficulties, which I'm sure we've all experienced during this time as we're becoming much more savvy with technology than we were before. I'm here with Dr. Shane Smith of the Specific Chiropractic Center. He's an amazing healthcare provider, and I'm so happy to have him here today. He has this wonderful plan and big, beautiful heart that he wants to share with the community. And so I think we're just going to dive right in. I'm going to give you a couple of tips. You can see at the bottom of the screen, it says to drop your comments in the comment section below, and that way we can actually read and respond to any questions or comments that you have. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our Wellness Wednesday program with Dr. Shane Smith and how he wants to help small businesses in Chico.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Candy, for setting this up for me and for the community at large. I super appreciate it. It was pretty touching when you reached out and just said, "Hey, I want to help you with this thing." And no one has done that before, so I appreciate the opportunity to get to share what it is that we have planned. So what's the best place for me to start? You want me to just kind of jump right in and let the people know kind of what the premise is?
So yeah, maybe just give a little bit of background how you kind of came up with this and how you were reaching out to the community and found the need for this, and yeah.
Okay, so well, it kind of all started, this was pre-COVID. We here at the Specific Chiropractic Center, we've been going around, probably 7 or 8 weeks now, and just trying to be givers, good givers, you know. And so we started off by dropping off gift cards. We would go buy a gift card at a restaurant or a coffee shop and just say, "Hey, put it on Dr. Shane's tab." Leave the card there, and then we'd go back to our Facebook groups and post, "Hey, there's a card at the coffee shop. Go ahead and grab a cup of coffee on us." And then when this outbreak kind of occurred, it really kind of fueled the fire because a lot of people were shut down. We weren't sure if we were going to be shut down. And when we found out we weren't going to need to be, once we kind of got our bearings about us, we decided it was time to double down and really try to make an effort for, especially, for now anyway, the restaurant industry, because they were hit so hard. It just kind of snowballed. And now that we're looking around in our community and seeing other small businesses being so heavily impacted, it just was kind of on my heart to try to offer up any kind of service that we could to help them out. So that I'm calling it, small business rally. And I've reached out to a number of businesses already, and we're going to try to be showcasing a different business, ideally every day, if I can handle that, and just give them some recognition, give them some Facebook presence, and in some cases, if they have a product to sell that maybe they can't because they can't open their doors, we're going to open up our office and they can sell from here.
That's wonderful. I see Miranda McGovern with Studio Amazon now, and she's a small business that's been impacted. And so I'm hoping that she'll get an opportunity to work with you and learn a little bit more about what you're doing.
That's my big hope. I mean, that's why, again, I'm so grateful that you put this together for us, was because I wanted to just reach out to our communities and ask, whether it's a small business owner watching, or if you are watching and you know of a small business that could use some help, just message me, or you can post it in the comments, and I will happily reach out and just let them know kind of what the plan is and see if there's anything that we can do. Obviously, we can't help everybody, but I mean, and maybe some people don't need the help, but I know people need help, and I know that it's hard sometimes to ask, especially as an owner. I don't know if I know I have it too. It's hard. It's difficult to accept, a hand from somebody else. And so, but if someone posts here, then it will give me a little bit of the step in the right direction. Say, "Hey, listen, the people in Chico care about you, and they want to see you survive through this and be open in June or July or whenever it's going to happen." So let's get some traction now. Let's try to build some business while we can with what we've got, so that when the orders get lifted, we can open full swing and really impact our community.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to support one another. Normally we get to meet lots of great businesses in our community, but we don't always get to do a lot of support for them. And you've created this with your essential business and your open doors, an opportunity for someone who might otherwise be closed and not be able to have any revenue and make any sales to use your space to put products up and have you showcase them and to
Mhm.
be exposed to your clientele and to give their clients somewhere to go to access them. And so I just think that that's amazing, and I'm hoping that lots of businesses get to take advantage of this. And
I hope so too, and I mean, I really hope that we can see other businesses do something similar as well. This is not a. I hope we get copycats. I hope more people will jump on and be able to offer up their open doors to other businesses. I mean, our community. This one hit me hard. I mean, we as a community here in Chico and in Butte County. I mean, we were. Um, I feel like just coming back from the campfire, and then to get hit with this. I mean, on one hand, I'm grateful maybe because we got a little tempered, and we're a tough community and we know how to join together. But on the other hand, man, talk about a 1-2 punch. So I just feel real strong that we need to join together, and this isn't about a competition. This is about community. It's about collaboration. It's about trying to figure out how do we all fit in together, and how do we provide our services, our products to our community. And to me, this is a prime time to not only get introduced to new businesses, to support new businesses, but also be able to figure out how we can benefit one another and our town in the future. I think this is a time to build relationships. I mean, this is like the great reset button of our probably lifetime.
yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to really get to know one another a little better. I mean, we're doing a lot more connecting through conversation, and there is email, but I think kind of the blowing up of Zoom and the video chat is a way to spend time. Because in our appointments and our sessions, we have a limited amount of time with people and don't always get to talk quite as much. And now we get to spend a little bit more time getting to know what's going on with the person this whole, and finding out what other needs they have going on, and to be able to help direct them through our networks. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. And I think I mean, I don't know, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I feel like it's given us this kind of downtime, and this whole shift has allowed for us to think differently. It's allowed for us to kind of reassess what's important, what isn't. It's broken most all routines, which some of us had good routines, but also some of us we all had bad routines too. So it's an opportunity to break out of that cycle. And I've been saying to myself and to my partner, Dr. Jason, for a long time, like, I need to get out more. I'm kind of a hermit. I come here, I see patients, and I go home. And it,
mm-hmm.
I mean, this is definitely broken that habit. So it's given me an opportunity to reach out to folks that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. And so for that, I'm grateful. And I hope others can see the advantages that we actually have in this moment. It is that reset time, and it's time to start new habits, create new good habits and productive habits and collaborative habits, because we have to have each other's back.
Yeah. And I
So
know, so part of how you want to help people is you're talking about, I don't know all the that you've been in contact with, but we do want to encourage that anyone who has a business or knows a small business to reach out, because you have retail space where they can make retail sales and make that available, be able to, Mother's Day is coming up, being able to
yes.
promote sales for their business in your lobby and out front, as well as having other businesses being creative, like nail technicians, being able to sell like home manicure sets and things.
Right.
And so, using the community of all of our connections to say, hey, if you know this practitioner or this business, or you're looking for a service, here's a way to, show up at the specific chiropractic offices and pick up this retail product for this business right now. While gift certificate sales are wonderful, we don't know when they're going to be able to be used yet, but
Right.
Doing gift certificate sales to support people, products, services, until the services can come back on, get some product sales for some folks.
Right.
So,
We have to move inventory, right? I mean, that's how, money has to flow. That's why they call it currency, right? So if it doesn't, it stagnates, and then things fall apart. So, I'm going to be, again, I've got some kind of strategies and tactics in my head that I would want to share with the business owners as we plan for this. But yeah, the idea would be, how do we create as much flow as possible now, so that when the orders get lifted, they can be there to open in June or July, or
yeah,
maybe the end of the month, or whatever it is. But there's only so much downtime any business can tolerate without losing the ability to be able to open. So I just feel like it's, we're at that kind of, I feel like we've been stretched as probably as far as we can take it. And so we need to start getting things done, and just allow people to move again. So that being said, if a lot of this can be done digitally, but if there's, again, physical products that needs to be picked up, we can have it here. We obviously are still going to follow safety protocols. I can't have 30 people walking in the office at any given time. So we would still follow that. We would, we've spaced out our own patient visits, so there's never any more than a couple of 5 or 6 people at the very most in the office. And so we would have the business owner, on site to do either curbside drop off, or again, be able to manage the flow of people picking up their products or whatever it is that they purchase, so that we can still maintain a safe and sanitary environment. So
yeah.
a quick note.
And it's a good opportunity because even for the businesses that are closed, with the regular clients that come in to, we're not getting to see the clientele. So having those business owners to be there to do the curbside drop off and have it be at a place where they can operate that way, and also just be in contact, have a few minutes to catch up and check in, and
right.
See how their clients are doing. And I think we all need that little extra support now too, of checking in, because in the process of isolating, I'm not sure how many people are isolating to the point that they're completely disconnected from others, and that's starting to weigh on them. But there's definitely people out there who are home alone and don't have anybody who they're sheltering in place with. And so to be able to venture out to somewhere that's going to be a sanitary location, to have a safe distance conversation with a familiar face, and to feel good about supporting someone else and getting some of that mutual support and love and connection back from the people that we're missing, the people that we do business with, the people that take care of us, the people that we take care of back. So.
Right. Yeah. Just that interaction, even if it's at a distance. I mean, it's important. We're humans. The term even of social distancing, I think, is very dangerous. I hope that does not become a normal part of our lexicon, because it does promote kind of a more isolatory kind of bubble around us. And I mean, obviously, I say this almost every day. There's a time and a place for everything, but I just hope it doesn't become a standard.
Yeah.
So, but I think we'll overcome it. We'll get through it, and people will get used to interacting again. And yeah, maybe there'll be some other long-term effects from this. I'm sure there will be, but I don't think anybody can deny that, like you said, we need contact. We're not meant to be by ourselves all the time. That gets weird. It gets lonely. It gets depressing. Um, and you see that all over, even media right now, talking about the impact of this isolation that it's having on people. I mean, even the term isolation, like that's like a punishment. If you get put in the box, if you get isolated, if you're in jail and you do something bad, they put you by yourself in a teeny tiny little spot, and it's meant to be a punishment. So it's not something we should get used to. That's for sure. So again, that's the idea. I just want to try to bring people together again in as much of a way as we can. I'd like to offer, again, whatever I can do to help, again, fellow business folks. And yeah, in fact, I just put a shout out on Facebook, and I got a kind of a survey from people about what, if you were a mom and could go out to a restaurant, which one would you like to go to? And I got some feedback. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to go yet, but I'm going to run down there tomorrow and start a tab there for Mother's Day. If you guys know of a like a florist or someone who needs to sell extra chocolates or something, and we'll open the doors here to let them drop some stuff off maybe on Friday. You can pick it up on Saturday. I think that's the only holiday this month, right? That I'm aware of. I missed Cinco de Mayo. I felt so bad. I was going to go down to a Mexican food place and just buy a bunch of burritos, and I kind of forgot what day it was, and I missed it. But but anyway, we're trying hard. Again, we there's only so much we can do, but I just wanted to make sure that folks know. Oh yeah, Memorial Day. Thank you, Kelly. So think about that. If the businesses that do big things on Memorial Day that maybe can't this year, if that's their big sales event for whatever they do, please let them know that they're more than we're more than happy to have them come here, even if it's on a weekend. I mean, seriously, I'll give them a key. Just have them come in, and we can let them use this facility as a place to sell goods. And then again, even if it's a service-based industry, what I'd like to do is something like what we're doing right now, Candy, and just feature people, talk to them, interview them, let people know how they can get a hold of these people's services. Maybe even if they can prepay or do like a monthly payment over a couple of months or something like that, just to get the business some cash flow, again, so that when things open up, they can actually open.
And I'm excited to just be able to introduce my connections and my clients and my friends to what's out there, and also to just encourage people that in this time, like I was just talking to someone and their dog is getting really shaggy, and they really need a haircut, and they're like, oh, the groomer's closed. And so it turns out the groomers did have to close temporarily, but then were allowed to reopen. And so I was able to share that information. So they're going to contact the groomer to do that. So as we stay connected and we're talking to other business owners and we're keeping in contact with each other, we're able to help, send business to those who need it, because we all need it right now.
Right.
So being a resource for one another to, that's a way to take care of each other, is just going, oh, actually, I talked to this florist and they're available, on the holidays to do this and send flowers. But if we don't ask and we don't know, then everything stops. So This is a good time that, especially as you're home, if you are thinking about, oh, I wish I could do this, it's worthwhile to pick up the phone and call and see if that business is answering the phone, to see if that restaurant is open for food, and to see if they have any options. And if you do, see this and about that this is going on, and you call one of those businesses and they're like, sorry, we're not available to be open, then you can be the person who says, actually, I know the specific chiropractic office Dr. Shane is offering where you might be able to connect and and conduct some business during this time. So,
Awesome.
just trying to think of ways, trying to be conscious of each other, um, and also just wanting to do, um, the curbside pickup, and then also I lost my train of thought. What was it? I'm gonna have a brain fart. Never mind.
It
uh,
happens.
and I just wanted to say one other thing about the distancing, is that the recommendation is 6 feet. And I just want to, kind of pull that out, that you can stand outside of your neighbor's house with 10 feet between you and have a conversation and feel a connection with someone else. So if you are somewhere that you are inside and you're isolated and you're feeling lonely, there's a lot more people stepping outside. It's a good time to just step outside and go for a walk. You can keep your safe distance. You can connect with others from that distance, and even if it was to do the curbside pickup, being in the presence of someone else, if you have been completely isolated, is really good for your mental well-being and your emotional well-being. And if you're not sure what to do about that, give us a call. Also, they have very high safety and health standards at Shane's office, and there's a lot of pain that can come from being stagnant right now, or maybe putting in a huge garden or cleaning out your garage, which you hadn't planned on. And being able to get human touch in a safe, health controlled, clean environment, scheduling a chiropractic adjustment to take care of you, to feel that contact in a place that that is quality and good care. I just want to toss that out there, Shane, because
Thank you, Candy.
yeah. So, well,
Yeah, just make sure, guys. I mean, again, small business or not, just again, I watched. I went over to it was Spitteri's Deli, and I saw a shout out that they needed help, and so I went down there and I started a $200 tab, and the response we got from that was remarkable. I had somebody from Oakhurst. I think they're down in Central California. They're from Chico. They somehow saw it on Facebook, asked me if they could donate, and I said, yeah, tell them to put on Dr. Shane's tab, and they did. And that's happened a lot. And then on that same thread, somebody else said, we're going there too to support them, and we're going to have a tailgate party out in that huge parking lot. If you've ever been to Spitteri's, that is a massive parking lot back there.
yeah.
And so I didn't get to make it to that one, but I mean, I don't know how many cars were out there. It was quite a few. And they were, in their parking spaces and hanging out in the back of their trucks or their vans or whatever, having sandwiches. And they were abiding by the rules. But what a great experience that was, both for the restaurant and for, again, just to get that sense of community. Mm-hmm. Super healthy, really important too.
Well, I'm excited about all the wonderful things that you're doing and all the businesses that you're touching already. I mean, you've been so proactive around supporting, especially the local restaurant industry, and getting people to continue to support them so that they're open when everything opens back up in a few months, or whenever that is. And I love that you have this continued effort of wanting to create a space for other businesses to continue to create revenue and sales, and to also get those services and retail to the people who need them to take care of themselves at home too. Like Spitteri's is delicious, and having that sandwich or whatever it is that you're going to have there, that I'm vegetarian, but the hot meatball sandwich was pretty amazing when I ate meat, And so to be building awareness of that, those places are still open, you can still do business with them, and we can keep our economy and our community moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Critical. Yeah. And one thing too, I mean, if you're calling around, you didn't know someone was open, make sure you even post that. I thought we were screaming from the rooftops to our own patients saying, no, we're open. And I have had patients that I just connected with somebody today that didn't know we were open the whole time. And we've sent emails. We finally got just on the phone and started calling everybody.
Yeah.
But we thought social media and email and everything would be enough, but it's not. And so if you're open, shout it from the rooftops. Tell me, I'll shout with you, and let's just let people know what you have to offer right now. Just again, so we can keep ourselves open and moving forward. Like, it's not okay to we can't let too many people fall. Some are going to opt out, some are going to fold it in, but for people that want to stay open, um, let's support each other.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on our Wellness Wednesday today.
Yeah,
Um,
having me.
yeah, and I'm so glad that we're connected, and I hope that this helps many businesses in Chico, as well as yourself and our community members, to know how they can help other businesses in our community. And I just want to let people know that this is something we're going to be doing on a weekly basis, inviting other people, other businesses here to give information on what's going on in our community, keeping it positive and informative. And so if you have a business with information to share to help our community and to keep people uplifted and moving forward, then just like Shane here, who's a wonderful human with a big heart for our community, I'd love to help support your business. And Shane would also love to help support your business and share you on his channels. And let's just keep our community up as much as we can and support each other in every way that we can. And, please reach out to us if you have any questions. If you want to get in Shane's office and showcase your business and do curbside pickup and sell your CBD bath bombs, Miranda.
Yeah. Let's message me right after this, and we'll talk. I'd be happy to do so.
Perfect.
One last thing, if I may. The other thing that I think I really have learned from this experience is how much people really want to help, and if they don't have and how kind of depressing it is if you don't feel like you can.
Yeah.
Or if you're just depressed for other reasons, just because you're simply isolated. Sometimes, if you don't feel like if you can't go start a gift card tab somewhere, I mean, sometimes just the act of, no, let me rephrase it. I think every time the act of service will get you out of your funk. If you're upset or depressed or feeling lonely, sometimes just giving of your time or just, again, a smile to somebody, just give what you've got, lead with that, and it will take you out of that depression. It will help you feel like you're giving to others. Just that act alone will help you kind of rise above all the garbage that tends to fall on us right now with everything that's happening. So get out there, talk to people, share about this. If you could put me in touch with the business that makes a difference for them, well, then you've done a service to community, and that's a worthy thing. And I think maybe that's something people need to understand. You can help in any way. Just share this information, and you can play a part and feel like you did something that's bigger than you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we look forward to hearing from you, and have a wonderful Wednesday.
All right. Take care. Thanks again, Candy. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll post this all over social media. Make sure to share it with everybody you know. We gotta help.
Yep. Okay. Bye, Shane. Bye, everyone.
Take care.